Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. And couldn't be more excited. This studio, one thing I learned about YouTube live streaming is that everything is super important. So, sometimes whether if it's a YouTube venture that you have or any sort of venture, sometimes you just need to look at it and say, okay, this is everything that's here now, and this is how everything's grown, and what can I do? And actually what I've chosen to do with this channel, and this is so much more convenient. Sock Tunnel, welcome aboard. Tech for your needs, welcome aboard. Tons of people tuning in. If you're watching this at approximately 5:42 p.m. New York City time, this is a live show, so it goes without saying, type your comments. My only ask is that everything that you type be appropriate for all age groups. Obviously nothing obscene or nothing political. This channel's not about that. So yeah, we'll just have a good time. And if you choose to super chat, obviously feel free to do so. And I've got the sound of the super chat. I don't have it here right beside me, but I've got it over there. So if super chats start to come in, that didgeridoo will indeed awaken. So without further ado, let's jump right in here. So a few things I've been working on with the channel, and this has been a constant work in progress. So, not to put the pandemic into a positive spotlight, but what the pandemic has done has forced me to be more confined. So, obviously I've got essential business tasks. We've all got to make money. So aside from the essential business task, and YouTube is one of my businesses, but aside from the essential business task, what the pandemic has provided is an opportunity to check out my studio and see what's wrong. Brad, welcome aboard, man. You made it. Yeah, I'm experimenting with different times. Some of the shows I'm going to do earlier in the afternoon. Some of them I'm going to do later in the evening. I'm just trying to find that sweet spot. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. Right now, man, it is blazing hot. So what I'm trying to do is do some work in the studio, do a live stream, and then go out and capture some drone videos when it cools off again. And I've got a lot of Mavic Air 2 videos coming soon. And I'll go over that revised video to-do list with everyone here in a few minutes, because I've been taking your feedback and I've been constantly maintaining a to-do list. It's just a little notes document on my iPhone. So every time you ask a question, I jot it down and I say, okay, this is a to-do video. Such and such viewer requested this, or X number of people had this curiosity, X number of people discovered this flaw. It doesn't just have to be drone related, but there is a heavy drone component. We'll go through that revised list here in just a few minutes. But yeah, the big things I've got going for the channel right now, and again, this has been a product of the pandemic. So I've been in the studio even more because obviously business travel for IrixGuy's Adventure Channel has been suspended until this stuff that we're all part of clears. So with that being the case, I've used that as an opportunity to improve the studio. So obviously the acoustics in here, you're going to notice the acoustics throughout the videos are a lot better. The lighting, that is on my to-do list. The lighting right now I would say is mediocre at best. But because of the pandemic, a lot of the lights, like I want to upgrade to the soft panel LED panels. Those are just, you basically get a softbox type look, but you get a panel that's, a slimmer profile. And what I'm going to do in the studio is I'm going to attach light stands. You think of a light stand that you put a video or photography light on. These are light stands, but they can be ceiling and or wall mounted. So what I'm going to do is get these light stands out of the floor and free up some more, let's just call it leisure space within the studio, because you don't always want to be behind a talk show desk, and you don't always want to have the same set. And that's why I've got in the corner over there, and I'll give everybody an updated tour here in a minute. I'm going to pop out the handheld camera and show you all around the studio as it sits right now. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Drone Ranger, welcome aboard. Hey everybody, welcome aboard, Drone Ranger. Good to have you. Yeah, so just kind of the studio. So just small things, and I'll show you all in the video in a second. But I've you know, you've probably got surge protectors in your home and or your office, and you know, it's a little strip with a cord on it. It's not that good looking for a home or an office space. So I bought these very affordable, and I'll be posting a review of them, very affordable surge protectors that take a standard 2-prong power outlet on the wall, and they turn that 2-prong outlet into 6 with the little, what do you call it, the little surge, you know, you got the 2 plugs and you got the one down below in the United States. And so it's got 6 of those, and then I've got 2 USB and 1 USB-C is in Charlie. So these things are phenomenal. There's no cables. You take a, you know, the center of a wall plate, there's that screw that holds the wall plate in. You unscrew that, you pop this on, and then you screw that in so they stay tight. So if you've got a lot of stuff plugged in, when you plug and unplug, the probability that it'll fall off the wall is reduced. And it fits underneath the old, you know, your standard white or whatever color wall plate that goes around your electrical outlets. So it looks very professional, and the bugs can't crawl in, because some of these you got to take off that the wall plate, and it leaves a gap behind the surge protector in your wall that spiders and stuff can crawl through. So you don't get that with this. Mike says, where's your pet tiger at? Actually, a very disappointing story, and I'm going to link the video. So, well, you haven't seen it, unfortunately, because you're asking. Let me get a link to that video for you, and it explains everything. You can watch it. But at a high level, and it's all explained in depth within this video. Let me link it in the chat for us here. Let's see. So this is unfortunately what happened. So the summarized version, and you can watch the video for all the details. The summarized version is he was unable to adapt to our daughter, and we tried everything in the book for multiple months, and it couldn't. You know, he was miserable. Sean Coonery was miserable. He couldn't get over himself. You know, we tried everything we could to make him, you know, get over it or whatever, and we had to. And again, I didn't. You know, this wasn't a financial move in any way, but we had to find a new home for Sean Coonery. And, you know, of course, you know, when you put up, you know, looking for a new home, blah, 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 you know, people are coming at you, you know, how much? And I'm like, you know, I just went to those people, I said, look, I said, you know, you're not the right pet owner. I said, this is not a purchase. This is a rehoming scenario. So basically it was, you know, I got all this feedback, and then finally, you know, I narrowed it down to a list of people that I knew through people, and I was very selective about, you know, about where he went. So he's in a good home, really nice family with kids, and hopefully he's been able to adjust. But yeah, Sean Coonery just couldn't get accustomed to our daughter, and he was using the bathroom all over the place, including her play areas, and it went from, you know, every, you know, a few times a month to a few times a week to then daily and then multiple times a day. And it just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair for my wife. It wasn't fair for me. Obviously, it wasn't fair for our daughter. And it wasn't fair for our cat, because he was, you know, he was obviously mad. And, you know, so, you know, I had to rehome him. And, you know, eventually in the near future, you know, we'll be adopting another cat, and it'll definitely be a big Maine Coon. Those cats are awesome. But, you know, just an important lesson learned, if you're starting a family, you need to have the family and then introduce the pets, because if you've got pets and then you start a family, this type of scenario, this type of situation may occur. So, you know, just a little something to be aware of there. So yeah, the studio is doing, Trelp, welcome aboard, sir. The studio is doing really well, and I'm about to pop out the camera and show you all around, but I've got some things that the acoustics, you know, that's been the main thing. And these acoustic panels, you can go on a popular site and you can order the things that look like eggshell mattresses with little ridges, you know, instead of little pyramids that I want to call them. You know, there's just like ridges of stuff. And that's what you'll see in a lot of music production studios, the lower rent music production studios. You'll see the basically glorified eggshell mattresses on the walls. And typically what you'll see, if you look at those same studios a few months later, you'll see cobwebs, you'll see dust. They just look very unprofessional. What I got, and you know, they weren't super expensive, but they were a small investment. I got these very nice acoustic panels, and you can check out my Acoustimac video, video, the Acoustimac of the acoustic panels, but they're really good. It's eliminated the room echo in here, so you're going to experience, not just with live shows, but also my green screen videos. And my upcoming, I've got it's going to be a relaxation area, so it's going to be a very, not high end, but high end. What I did, I waited for sales, during Memorial Day. So, you can buy furniture online somewhat affordably, but that stuff's typically very low quality. So I went to a legitimate furniture store, and Memorial Day sales, super duper good sales. Of course, they didn't have what I wanted in stock. So I said, hey, I want the sale price, but this is what I want. So basically, I got a sofa. It's got a chaise chair at the end of the sofa. But what makes this unique is that it's a sofa, two seating areas, and then the chaise area on the side. But unlike a futon or unlike a traditional sleeper sofa, this has a small piece that pops out only in front of the two short-seated areas at the end of the sofa, next to the chaise. So in essence, what happens is when that's folded out, then you've got a full-size bed, because the chaise, the long part, becomes part of the bed, and then that part that's folded out completes the bed, the gap that would be open if the bed piece wasn't extended. So that's going to be super cool, and that's going to function. It's going to serve two purposes. If I need to sleep in the studio or whatever, I've got a way to do that. But also, I've got a new set. Instead of sitting at this desk, which is fine, but instead of sitting at this desk, I've got a sofa. So that's one of the enhancements, and I'm super excited about that. Also, obviously, the audio and video quality. I think you'll discover that. We got Adrian in here. Adrian Mateo Drone says, "How are you, my drone brother?" Welcome back, sir. Always good to see you, Adrian. Thank you for tuning in. Everything's great here today. Got some H2O, getting ready for it to cool down so I can go fly the drone and film some more videos for us. Mike says, "I'm surprised my old lady hasn't rehomed me yet." That's true, man. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. So that's a lot of it. The big thing, the audio and the video right now in this live show. Of course, I've still got to work on the lighting, but you should notice that the audio is very high quality. You should notice that the video is very high quality. And I've still got to work a little bit on the lighting, but the audio, my lips should be in sync, and everything should be synced up, because this audio is actually coming. I'm using my Sony A7R4 with the G Master 24 to 70 millimeter lens as a web camera, and you can check out my video how to use your camera as a webcam. That's the device I'm using, and I've been very pleased with it. It was just a purchase. I was looking at Adrian. I'm glad, IrixGuy. And Adrian says, "You have a big fan and big supporter here." Dude, that's what I like to hear, because being an independent YouTube channel, if you don't have viewers, a YouTube channel can have viewers, but if you don't have viewers that are supportive, you don't have anything. So that's what's so important. And that's one of the things with these one of the things driving the live shows is to create better engagement with all of y'all. So something I also want to mention, the streaming setup that I put together, the enhanced streaming setup, part of my real-time live show production process or software now enables me to bring guests into shows. So I can send an invitation to any of y'all, just a little, if you message me on facebook.com/IrixGuy, I can reply and I can shoot you a link. And it's basically, if you've ever used like a web conferencing software, it's that sort of situation where you click a link and then you can join video, face on video, or just audio, whatever you prefer to do. So that's something I want to work in. If anybody's interested in becoming a guest on an upcoming live show, just shoot me a message, because I'm looking for guests. And I think, something that would be cool, Brad, send me a message, facebook.com, to do it as a trial run. I think that would be cool, man. I could shoot you a link and try it out, see if it connects, see if we can get this up, because I think the more people during a live show, and I follow, I don't watch a ton of YouTube videos, because I'm pretty much always producing or filming or editing or doing other tasks. So, but there are some that I've seen, and you see these live shows and you watch them, and they go from maybe 20, 30 people per live show, and then they've done it for a while, and then they start introducing other people into the live show. So you've got real time, which is chat's great. I can read your comments, you can ask something, I can respond face on video. But if you get multiple people face on video, it makes it even more entertaining for the viewers. So being able to drive an increase in viewership of every live show, I think having guests is a great way to do that. And it should be fun too. That's Adrian says, what is your Facebook channel, brother? My Facebook channel is simple, and I'll just type it in here so everybody's got it. It's facebook.com/IrixGuy. And then also I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/IrixGuy. So if you ever want to support the channel, obviously during the live shows, you can choose to click that thing that says Super Chat. And if you do, you will hear the sound of the Super Chat. I'll grab the didgeridoo and provide a celebratory sound of the Super Chat for every Super Chat. If during any live show I exceed $100 US in Super Chats, I will break out the tribal drum. If I bust through $200 US in any live show, I'll have another surprise. So just kind of cool stuff. Brad says, when is this a gaming live stream? Brad, shoot me a message on Facebook, and we'll see if we can figure out a time that might work for both of us for a live show, and just kind of give this a trial run. I've never live showed with anyone using the current tools. Only way back when Hangouts on Air was Google's thing, and that really drove getting a lot of people in a live show at the same time, face on video. Brad says we got Andrea. Andrea, hello everyone. Hello, Andrea. And Andrea, and just because you see what I see. You know what that means. You know what that means. And if you don't know what that means, you will learn what that means. So, without further ado, hold on. I didn't crack this when I dropped it, did I? I dropped it yesterday. I was going to drop it on my laptop, and I caught it and it fell on the floor. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. And for everyone that wondered, what in the world is that? That, my friends, is the sound of the Super Chat. And you can see that Andrea, she did a Super Chat, which, for independent YouTube channels, a great way to support independent YouTube channels. Also Patreon, patreon.com/IrixGuy. That's another way to support independent YouTubers like myself, like IrixGuy. So always appreciated. Again, not required, but it is appreciated, and it's always acknowledged. So thank you, and Andrea, happy Friday, super happy Friday to you. Mike says, my stomach growls like that sometimes. Yep. Brad says the Mavic 2 came out in August, so that's my hope for the Mavic 3. I agree. You know, sometimes product releases can be cyclical, and you know, Apple is kind of the king of cyclical and predictable product releases. I mean, for example, June the 22nd, WWDC. Yes, we're going to be seeing new Mac computers. I mean, that's Apple's not, you know, Apple's pretty predictable. DJI has kind of become less predictable, and I think, and again, I'm subject to being completely incorrect, but I think that what we're going to see this year, we may see an announcement of a Mavic 3, and I could be wrong, but I don't think we're going to see the Mavic 3 for the 2020 holiday season, only because the Mavic Air 2 is doing so well, and the Mavic Air 2 is near professional grade. You know, and they probably want to sell more of their Mavic 2 Pro, which does still have the best camera because it's a 1-inch sensor. And I'm saying that it's low light. You know, as we mentioned previously, it's the best low light performer. But I think overall, as far as reliability and ease of use, the Mavic Air 2's camera wins. And you have the option with Mavic Air 2's camera to get 4K 60, 4K 60, whereas Mavic 2 Pro, at least with the current firmware, tops out at 4K 30. So I think, I don't know, but we will see a Mavic 3, and I'm just wondering if it's, you know, maybe going to be the first quarter of 2021. You know, that would make sense. I mean, inevitably, all this stuff we're going through right now, you know, worldwide is hopefully going to clear up within the next few months. I mean, again, fingers crossed. But, you know, once it does, I think that's when people are going to, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, anytime there's something unprecedented that occurs, you know, once you get through something, you feel like you need to reward yourself somehow. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that, you know, once we get through this pandemic, they're going to say, man, I need to get out. I need to enjoy my life again, you know, and that sort of thing. So I think you're going to see a lot of people that in the past may not have had an interest in hobbies. You're going to start to see people, you know, start to pursue new things for relaxation and, you know, and personal pleasure. And I think that's the reason that, you know, it's probably crucial that DJI releases Mavic 3 in 2021 versus the fourth quarter of 2020. Because they've got Mavic Air 2. That should sell well. My assumption is that should sell exceptionally well throughout the holidays, and they can continue to sell off their Mavic 2 Pro for the people that want a professional drone, and the people that want near professional, best ease of use, best price, Mavic Air 2. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, Mike. I mean, Brad, you said that. We'll see what happens. I mean, hey, it may be August. You know, you may be on the money with that prediction, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, just a bunch. Let me pop this out. I told you I was going to show you the studio updates. Let me grab my camera. Let's see, it's offset. Let me grab it. I'm going to grab it. I'm getting it. Come back with the camera. Sorry about that. I left it elsewhere. So I've got the camera. I'm going to show you all around the studio here. Awesome. Let's see. Adrian says, I just joined your Facebook. Awesome. And I sent you a message. Cool. I'll check it out after this live stream. Let me get the network camera going here. And we're going to walk around. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. This is cool. I can select network camera. Add it. Click allow. Aha! Hey, 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 hey. Wee-hee. Here we go. And I will forewarn y'all, for a brief moment while I provide this cure, I won't be able to see your comments. But as soon as I get back in front of the computer, I will see your comments. I'm going to read your comments before I step away. Adrian says, just got home from work, man. About to shower and get cleaned up. I will leave the chat open, man. God bless and stay safe. You stay safe too, man. And I'll check out your Facebook message here in a moment. So what we're going to do now is flip over to... we are going to flip over to my camera that I have in my hands, which is it's a camera. It's my phone. And hopefully I'm going to keep the same audio. I'm going to switch the audio. Instead of using the iPhone's mic, which sounds all right, I'm going to use the same microphone that I'm on now. So let's see. Here we go. We're going to flip over. Aha! Aha! So see there, you can see my live stream. This is my live streaming software. You can see that I've got there's my primary green screen. So I flipped to it when you were seeing me at the beginning of the show. That's that clip. The next clip is the intro where I'm droning over the island. The outro is what I play when the show concludes. This is something from a previous broadcast that I need to delete. And then where it says Ed's iPhone, that's the iPhone that's in my hands right now. So let's walk around here. I want to show y'all the updates to the studio. And, let y'all know that things are in progress. One thing that I've done that I need to fix, you can see the rug here. I've got this blue rug under my virtual set. And that's because of the size of the rug. Because over here, I don't like chair mats. And I've got this this rug, which actually it doesn't need to be orange. I need to get, because I've got an orange chair, I need to get something else that's crazy looking. Because this is what was originally over there. But I switched it with the blue. I think the blue looks cool. It's the right size. That was too narrow when I had it underneath my primary. So this over here, this is my primary video editing area. 31.5 inch, 3840 by 2160 display. And then I think that's a 27 inch 3840 by 2160. And then if you look behind here, that is called an eGPU, external GPU. And within it, I've got the Vega 64. It runs out to this cable, which is a Thunderbolt 3. Same form factor as a USB-C, but it provides power to my laptop and also functions as the video connection to the eGPU, which out of it, I've got multiple, currently I've got 2 DisplayPort cables. One DisplayPort runs to this monitor, other DisplayPort runs to that monitor. This is my speaker that I use. It's just a simple Beats Pill Plus. Bluetooth over to my MacBook Pro. Wireless keyboard and mouse or trackpad for my MacBook Pro. Apple Watch, and then a ear hair trimmer, and then a charger right here for Sony NP-F batteries. Which, where do I use NP-F batteries? Right here. I've got an NP series battery in my Shinobi, which is my field monitor. This right here is my primary camera that I'm using to live stream right now, A7R4 with G Master. This is my wireless mic that I'm talking with right now. You can see the audio levels jumping there. You can see it actually it's a little bit hot. I was getting yellow. You don't want to get yellow, so I need to tone that down a notch. And then when I'm out in the field, and it's on the camera, but this is the other mic I use when I don't want to mic myself up. These are the acoustic panels I was telling you about. They have provided a tremendous amount of value. The production quality is so much better now. I've got one over there. I've got a stud finder on the wall because right here, what I'm going to do is, and by the way, anybody tuning in, I can't read your comments temporarily because I'm narrating, but as soon as I get back to my studio desk, we'll we'll review all your comments. This right here is a softbox LED light. Over here, there's another softbox LED. And then I've got another softbox LED, which is my key light, which lights me. So this one and this one, they're lighting the green screen. And so are the lights above, the 5500K LEDs. But what I want to do is get this out of the floor. See, it looks junky. So what I want to do is get it, and where the stud finder is put a wall-mounted light pole. So it'll come out of the wall, and then I'll have a softbox LED panel. Softbox LED panels are only about that thick, whereas these are, you can see, I mean, they're considerably thick. So I'm going to go from something this large on the light stand to something just a little bit thicker than a laptop's display that'll be coming out of here and illuminating the green screen, because that's all that needs to do. Same scenario over here. I'm going to replace this softbox light and either rig an arm into the curved wall, probably up here, so it's not part of what I'm filming if I'm standing or sitting, and then get this out of the floor, make this better. This crazy looking rug over here, this area is going to be another set. So this side is the part where the chaise chair of the sofa will stick out. This part over here, there'll be, so there's the chaise part of the sofa, there's the middle part of the sofa, and then there's the corner part of the sofa. So there's no chaise on this side, only over here. So if I fold this out into a bed, see the chaise lounge is over there, but if I fold it out into a bed, this piece comes out here and makes that. So then you've got this entire area is no longer a sofa, it's a bed. Got another acoustic panel over here. This I'm going to be doing a review of. I've got these throughout the studio. I've got three of these so far. 6 power plugs, 2 USB ports, and 1 USB-C port. Got to make sure you've got plenty of capabilities of keeping your devices charged. The camera that I'm using to live stream right now, the A7R4, I'm running a little, you can see here, I'm running a micro USB into it, and then that feeds over here, and that goes into a just a little USB power brick that I've got. So it keeps my primary live streaming camera charged while I'm live streaming. Let's see. Cable running on the floor. I tried to disguise it better, and I probably need to. Oh, check this out. And if you got Alexa, be prepared. Alexa, turn office lights on. Look at that. Now you got this sinister glow. So I've got LED lighting that makes it glow, and I can change the color. It's purple now, but I could ask it to change the color. Alexa, change office lights color to green.
I don't know how to set office to that setting.
Alexa, change office lights color green. There it goes. So that's green over there, and this one's always a little bit delayed. It's green now. Alexa, change office lights color to blue. Alexa, change office lights color to blue. Sometimes there's a slight delay. I've got an RGB, there it goes, light strip under there. And even though I've paired them within the same Alexa group, there's a slight delay. And something I want to do is add LEDs behind the display and maybe even behind these acoustic panels. You know, just make it look really high tech. Alexa, change office lights color to purple. I think the purple color looks the coolest in this. So see now, when I switch over here, my dimmer switch, I can turn the studio lights back up. 5500K, which is daylight white. So something I do want to do, because you can see here I got my box for the live stream. It's running in, then it's running into my USB-C port. I want to extend that cable and somehow get this out of the floor, because if I'm walking through here, which I'm not now because I'm just drinking water, but if I'm walking through here, I've had a margarita or something, I don't want to trip over that and pull my camera into the floor. Speaking of liquor, over here I've got my fine liquors of the Caribbean area. So I've got everything from Appleton Estate, the Master Blender's Legacy, to Ranza Kappa, a Solero 23, Mount Gay 1703, which is from Barbados. This one right here is really good sipping rum. Angostura 1919 from Trinidad and Tobago. When I go sailing throughout the Caribbean, this is what I pick up. Bombara, picked this one up in Turks and Caicos and Providenciales. It's a good rum. I wouldn't say it's a sipping rum, but it's good. This right here, this is going to be, when I hit 100 million video views, this is Gosling Rum's Black Seal rum. And they call it Black Seal not because of the seal on the logo, but they call it Black Seal because it's a wax seal. And this is a very high-end bottle of rum. It's the Gosling's Family Reserve. So I will not open it until my YouTube channel hits 100 million video views, which I think I'm close to 53 million right now. But it says Gosling's Rum, Bermuda, old rum. Picked it up in Bermuda, brought it back, said, hey, this is a celebration rum. And then, let's see, what else do I have? I've got, this is kind of mid-tier. It's good. It's Extra 12 from Jamaica, Appleton. Really good. It is a good sipping rum. Appleton has a very unique flavor profile. And then this right here, this is not rum. This is available in Canada only. Picked it up in British Columbia, haven't opened it. It's the Crown Royal Limited Edition. You can only buy it in Canada. And then this I picked up in, see, where did I pick this up? Cozumel. It's El Viejo Luis. It's a Reposado tequila, really high-end tequila, straight from Cozumel. So, yep, that's that. Soundbar and wireless subwoofer. So, you can see the studio is getting, it's receiving major upgrades. One of the things I want to do is replace those two monitors and put an ultra wide in there, because I think a 49-inch ultra wide in that corner would be exceptional. So with that being said, let's go back to the studio, and I'm going to flip back over to y'all's comments here, and we're going to resume this live show. I just wanted to show y'all progress, because I know progress is important. I know it's important for me. And let's see, here we go. So we're back on this. Andrea said, okay, let's see, let's start at the top. Andrea says, oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then, like the setup in the studio, it's been a work in progress, and it's still not finished. And I'm excited to get that chaise sleeper sofa type doohickey, and it's like a blue color. So I mean, this whole office. The thing is, and this is something I learned going to YouTube Space in New York. If you're not familiar with YouTube Space is a place, and they've got them throughout the world. But I went to the one in New York. It's a place, if you hit a certain level with your YouTube channel and then you pass a test, you're eligible to unlock access to the YouTube Space. Super nice people, super excellent experience. Basically, I went, and you can check out my videos about it, but I went to YouTube Space, checked in. It's in Chelsea Market in New York City. Really good lobster restaurant in Chelsea Market, by the way. Get lobster rolls and stuff. But went in there and walked in, and they said, hey, how you doing? And I said, oh, I'm IrixGuy. They pulled out all my camera. I mean, I had thousands of dollars of camera gear and lighting and all that, and just grabbed it in a bag, walked up to the various studio sets upstairs, and and did my filming. It was a very cool process. Everybody was laid back. They had a snack room. You get free bottled water. I mean, you really felt like they had a hair and makeup room. I mean, you were when you were there, you were the king, and it was a very good experience. Everybody was everybody at YouTube Space was super friendly, and I look forward to going back once this pandemic clears. I look forward to going back to YouTube Space and doing some more filming. But the reason why this studio looks so crazy, I got the purple and the orange and the blue and then the blue sofa that's going to be coming and all that. The reason it looks so crazy, when you're on film, whether it's a live stream or any sort of video, those bold and crazy colors tend to draw the viewer's attention. So, it looks crazy, and when I have pest control and all that come through, everybody's like, what the heck, what do you do in there? Because it's a crazy looking place. And I'm just like, well, I run this YouTube channel, and then they kind of get it. But yeah, you should do everything you can to get noticed within a video. And just something as simple as these crazy colors can assist with that. So let's see what we got here. Mike said, I was looking at some of those AC plug adapters earlier today, but they can get costly quick. That's why I've got these, and actually I need to do that ASAP, film a video. So stay tuned for my power plug video, and you'll be able to find a link. These are actually very affordable. Andrea says, hey, sorry, got to go. See you later. Andrea, again, to celebrate your super chat that you so kindly provided. Be safe and have fun, Andrea. Always a pleasure to have you on board. Mike says, mutes my Alexa. Yeah, it's funny. That's the one thing about the A word. When you say it, anybody else that has an A word device, it'll often, even if it's, through computer speakers or what, if it hears it, it knows that it tries to respond. So that's always interesting. But yeah, so I promised everyone the video to-do list update. Let me pull that up, and I'm going to share with everyone what I've got in queue for you. So this is everything from drone to tech. We're just going to go through the list. So one thing I've got is free SSL tutorial. One virtual server with multiple certificates. So this is a question, and actually nobody has asked me this question directly, but because I had the question when I was setting up, I do a lot of I design. Well, I wouldn't say design. I do a lot of business that requires websites, right? So as the product of that, I want to keep my cost as low as possible, but I still want to provide the customers a very fast and reliable experience when they're browsing the website. So the way I do that is I use something called AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. So basically, with AWS, I spin up a virtual Linux server. So in the past, if you're older dude or older gal or whatever, in the past you would have to build your own server, put the hard drive in there, put the memory in there, install the operating system, ship it off to whatever data center. And then they would plug it into your network, and you would have to administer everything remotely. The new way of doing it is with AWS, you just get what's called a virtual instance, an EC2 instance is what Amazon calls it. So basically they spin up a virtual server. So it behaves just like a normal server. You can install software. In my case, I installed Ubuntu Linux. You can install your operating system. And then once you install it, you've got a server that you can remote into from anywhere in the world. The beauty of Amazon AWS is that what you can do, you can control this virtual network. So in my situation, I try to put as much as I can on one server. Now, I don't want to put so much to where it bogs it down for customers and this, that, and the other, but it's easy. If a lot of websites don't get a tremendous amount of traffic, it's easy to put multiple websites on one virtual server. So the challenge comes now with, okay, I've got multiple websites. To not be gimped within internet search results today, a website needs to be SSL, secure. If you go to a website, my website, for example, IrixGuy.com, you will see that little lock icon in the address bar. And that shows that the website is secure. It's an SSL website, https://IrixGuy.com. So if you want to get that S in the HTTPS, to have a secure site, you've got to install something called a an SSL certificate. Now, the problem with SSL certificates is that, Daytona, welcome aboard, sir. Problem with SSL certificates is that, they're often costly, and people that may not be too technologically savvy may not know how to install them. So what I'm going to do within this video is explain in plain English for someone that's, going down that path. They've got a website, or maybe they got multiple websites, and they're in a position to where, hey, I've already got a website, but it's not SSL. And what happens if it's not SSL nowadays? The sites that are SSL, they're going to rank higher in search. So search is not going to bump you down if you're not SSL, but the sites that are SSL are going to be preference. So in essence, it is bumping you down. And so if you're doing a website today, you've got to have SSL. And this has been a reality for several years now. But what I want to do is share with everyone the simple way to do it. And there's actually a solution out there now that if you're somewhat technically savvy, and even if you're not, if you want to, hire somebody, hey, let's say hire someone like myself to set it up for you. It could be a very good way to save money. Because in essence, what I've done with multiple websites is I've created these SSL certificates for each website. And the beauty of this tool is that what it'll do, these SSL certificates are typically only valid for a few months, and then you've got to renew them. But what I've done is created a cron job which will automatically renew these certificates before they expire. So that's a really technical and nerdy video, but it's a video that that I'm creating out of personal experience and personal need, because I had the personal need to migrate everything to SSL. And since I took the time to learn how to do it, I implemented it. It works great. Now I want to share my workflow with the world. So that's a very technical topic that I've got on the to-do list. That video is going to take me many hours to create, because it's very you got to be very precise with everything you do. It's going to have a lot of face-on video segments where I explain each step of the process, but it's also going to have a lot of screen recordings where you can see in the Linux shell, the Unix shell, the commands that I'm typing to make this happen. So that'll be a cool one. The other video I have in the queue, it is a drone video, and this is from Luty, L-U-T-Y, and he said, hey man, he flew the Mavic Air 2 without screwing in the sticks. He said you should try it. So I'm going to try flying the Mavic Air 2 without the stick screwed in and let you know what I think about it. The other tutorial video is how to change the language within the DJI Fly app. There was a viewer that said, hey man, it's in Chinese, how do I change it to English? And this is to address that viewer's question. The other one was another one from a viewer. What is the orange bar at the bottom of the DJI Fly app? That's something else I'm going to address within the video. Surge port review, surge protector. Those surge protectors that you saw in my studio tour a few minutes ago during this live stream. I'm going to do a review of those and show you a link to where you can buy them online. They're very affordable, and dude, I love these things. I mean, they're very attractive, and it's so much better than having a surge strip, and also I get the luxury of having 2 USB charging ports and 1 USB-C charging port. So they add a lot of additional value. How to film quick shots in 4K. This video is actually, and he's in our live stream right now, Daytona 6263. He had commented about that. It was my false understanding that the Mavic Air 2, if you were using QuickShot, that you couldn't achieve 4K. But his comment suggested that I should be able to, so I'm going to follow his suggestions and demonstrate filming quick shots in 4K, because that's huge. I mean, if you're filming everything else in 4K and then you go into quick shots, you can't get 4K. That would be a problem. Another video is using a utility called AirMap to request flying permission. So if you're in a permissible airspace that is not Class G, and again, check with your local regulations, this, that, and the other. But if available, you may be able to request permission to fly. at a specified altitude at a specified time. So that's a really cool tool, especially for the commercial Part 107 flyers out there. How to move the quick launch bar among monitors. So if you're a Mac OS user, if you've got multiple monitors, often you'll find that that little bar, let's call it, in the Windows world, it would be the toolbar at the bottom with the start icon. But I think they call it the quick launch in Mac OS. Often it'll jump to another monitor and it'll drive people crazy. Well, how do you move it back to another monitor? It's actually very simple, and I'm going to post a video explaining that. Mavic Air 2 after, let's see, I've done that one. Focus track, I did that one. Yeah, this is the next one I've got in the list. Mavic Air 2 still photos test with A7R4 comparison. So taking the Mavic Air 2 out, snapping still photos, but also having the A7R4, which is the camera I'm filming this live stream with. Very high-end Sony Alpha camera. So, that's probably a ridiculous comparison, but there was a viewer that asked for that, and it makes sense. I mean, what can you achieve with the Mavic 2 Air 2's camera, very small camera, versus a high-end full-frame mirrorless camera? So that'll be an interesting test. Mavic Air 2 Asteroid, I haven't performed the asteroid effect yet, need to do that. 240 frames per second, which is slow motion, 1080p. 240 frames per second waterfall video. Going to take the Mavic Air 2 off of a waterfall in 240 frames per second and see how wicked that looks. So actually, I'm going to bump that video. That is going to be one of my first ones to do, because I'm really curious about that. I've done a 240 frames per second, but I didn't do a waterfall. I just did a like flowing water, and that was still cool. And then I'm going to do a follow-up video. Is the Mavic 2 Pro or the Mavic Air 2 better? I posted one of those, but I'm going to post a follow-up. Let's keep this going. It's not just one video and that's the final decision, the final opinion. No, this keeps going. Another comment, and this was from yesterday's live show, putting a strobe light on a drone. And obviously flying during a permissible time. Probably film that during civil twilight. So that'll be an interesting video. So if there's anything else that you want me to add to the list, type the comment over there, because I want all the questions I can get. Because your questions, as you can see from my to-do list, your questions are fueling me with ideas to address within upcoming videos. I'm here to provide potential educational value. I'm here to entertain, not just entertain y'all, but entertain myself, because by y'all sharing these video ideas, it's a form of entertainment for me, because I'm like, okay, well, that's something to test. That's something to do. I've got a purpose here. And, having a purpose and then performing that task and then editing the video and delivering the video, that's cool, because you get to see a video response to what you were asking. And then also those video responses often fuel the demand for future video topics. So, my goal is to continue. This is not just this YouTube channel is not just I'm going to do it a few days and be done with it, never do it again. No, this YouTube channel has been a multi-year venture, or I should say adventure so far. I mean, this YouTube channel has been a true adventure, and it's going to continue to be. So, I want to work in as much as I can, and that's the other thing about these live shows. Adrian says, "Oh, okay, we got something important here." Daytona says, "Cool. Only Asteroid is 1080p. The other 5 quick shots are in 4K." So that's important to know. And I'm gonna notate that. It's funny. I use on my iPhone, and it's I'm a fan of KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. If you keep it simple, it makes things simpler, because anytime you got a task, whether it's an enjoyable task or something you dread, anytime you got a task, if you keep things organized, it makes it easier. So like right now, I've got Mavic Air 2 Asteroid. That was a to-do video. And I'm going to put a note in here, 1080p only. Because that's important to know, because otherwise I may be in the field trying to make it do something that it can't do. So that's important to know. That's in 1080 only. So Just added that to my notes. The beauty of notes, especially if you're an Apple user like I am. So I've got my iPhone, which I use Notes app on iPhone, and then on my desktop, I've got the Notes app, and if I enter the notes in my desktop or I say desktop, I mean my laptop, but if I enter them into my phone or my Mac laptop, they all go to one place, so I can just keep all this current. Makes it super streamlined, because you never want to be, as a YouTube content creator, you never want to be in a situation where you don't have any video ideas. So you've got nice weather, you want to film outside, and you don't have any video ideas, no video topics to address. That's the worst thing that can happen to a YouTube content creator. So for that reason, again, I keep this a running list, and I just added that. We've got Adrian says, please smash that thumbs up for the stream, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, smash the thumbs up. Also, if you want to, as I had mentioned, something I really want to encourage is patreon.com/IrixGuy. That's my Patreon page. Basically, all it is, if you choose to go there, again, not required, but appreciated if you do, for an independent YouTuber like myself. But if you choose to go there, you can choose to pledge just a small amount every month. And, there's power in numbers. So the more people that choose to pledge that amount, that's what makes this YouTube journey more doable. Because being an independent YouTuber, it's not, you don't have these big marketing firms paying for everything. You got to do it yourself, and you got to do all the work yourself, from the filming to the editing to the subject matter exploration. What are you going to address within upcoming videos? I mean, there's a lot to this, and it's fun. I love it. But yeah, if you choose to support, you can support on Patreon. And then also, if you want to super chat during this live stream, any live stream, Andrea already super chatted during this live stream. So if you do that, anytime you choose to super chat, I will blow the celebratory sound of the super chat, which is this didgeridoo. And that's Daytona, great question. Do you have any celebratory plans for when you hit 100,000 subscribers? Yeah, let me get that. I'm going to bring it over here. Let me bring that over here right now. I am bringing it over here because that's, you got to have, here's the thing, you got to have milestones, and, obviously 100,000 subscribers is that's a pretty significant milestone for a YouTuber. And right now the channel is at, let's see, I got to go to another tab and see that here. The channel right now is at what are we at? Right at like 74,000 subscribers. So, not too terribly far away from 100,000 subscribers. But to answer your question, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, number one, that's not the end. 100,000 subscribers is just the beginning of the journey. I want to get to 1 million subscribers and beyond. So for 100,000 subscribers, as far as the celebration is concerned for that, what I want to do is number one, I should be getting, unless YouTube discontinues it, and if they do, I'm going to be bitter. But at 100,000 subscribers, I should be eligible to receive the YouTube Silver Play button. So that's something I'm excited about, and that's the big celebration component for when I hit 100,000 subscribers. The other thing to go along with the 100,000 subscriber milestone, something else I want to do with that is go to we'll do something really cool. So, being Captain IrixGuy, I like the Caribbean, so probably what I'll do is just go out on a catamaran for probably, 9 nights or so, and take the the YouTube Silver Play button and just film a really cool video, out in the middle of the BVI's, British Virgin Islands, with the super chat and good light. I mean, not the super chat, but the silver play button and really good lighting. I think that'll be a cool visual way to celebrate the milestone of 100,000 subscribers. Now, as far as the milestone of 100 million video views, and again, you know, when you look back in the past, you know, a lot of people, they may state milestones. Let's just say it's for YouTube or whatever type professional venture. They may often state milestones that they don't seriously believe that they can achieve or exceed. You know, I casually said, you know, once I hit 100 million video views, I will open this RUM. So this right here is this is for 100 million video views. I think I'm at around 53 million video views so far, so I'm over halfway there. But this is the Gosling's RUM. I got this in Bermuda, and it's the Gosling's Family Reserve RUM. And it says, I quote, reading from the bottle, Gosling's Family Reserve RUM. Gosling's Family Reserve Old RUM has been a secret for generations, enjoyed only by members of the family. So that's pretty exclusive. It says Old RUM is created from the incomparable Bermuda blend that makes up the smooth, full flavor of Gosling's Black Seal Rum. The rum is left resting in the oak barrels, where it is aged until it has acquired a luscious, well-balanced complexity, resulting in the finest of sipping rums. Sipping rums, so when you're talking about rums, when you're talking about a sipping rum is a very well-crafted rum. You know, you don't just go down to your local corner sketchy liquor store and buy rum and sip on it. It's probably going to be garbage rum. But when you get a premium, when you get a rum that's referred to as a sipping rum, it means it's number one, generations have perfected creating that rum. And not only have they perfected it, but what they've done, they've created one of their top tier rums on top of their perfection with, you know, knowing the craft. So this right here is an example of a very high-end top tier rum from Gosling's. And again, they call it Black Seal. It has a black seal on it, but actually the Black Seal, and what a lot of people may not realize, is that the Black Seal is referring to the wax seal on the bottle. It's not referring to the animal that, you know, the black seal that's on the logo as well. So that's just an interesting tidbit of knowledge there. It's pretty cool. But that's how I'm going to celebrate 100 million video views. And again, the 100,000 subscribers will be British Virgin Islands in a catamaran, sleeping on the catamaran for 9 nights or so, and you know, and video and that silver play button with some really cool backdrops. Adrian says, "I'm very happy for you, Irish Guy. Much love and respect, dude. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it." Daytona 6263 Daytona. That is an awesome. That is an awesome. If you're a watch collector, the 6263 is an awesome reference. By the way, I'm wearing a 114060. I love this thing. I could have gotten the Hulk when I got it, but I didn't like the green, and I could have gotten the Batman, but I didn't like the black and the blue. And I'm glad I got what I got, because it's you know, there's no date Cyclops on it. Daytona says, "Sounds awesome. My wife and I spent our honeymoon in St. How was St. Lucia, man? That's one of the islands I've never been to. I've been to Nevis and I've been to St. Kitts, and I mean, they're just a few nautical miles away from St. Lucia. But I hear St. Lucia is incredible, and it's, you know, it's one of those islands that I want to add to the that I want to sell to in the very near future." Adrian says, "I do want to say that it's kind of irritating that us little channels support others, but when they get so big, they forget about the little people like me who helped them get there. Just a note." Dude, completely understand that. And there's, you know, I don't do too much YouTube networking, because I don't know. It's just one of those things. I've kind of tasked myself with doing it all on my own. You know, you can learn from others, and I'm always an open book. You know, I'm always, you know, obviously I won't share anything that's unable to be shared from an analytical or earnings perspective. You know, I would never share any of that. but any knowledge that I can publicly share, lessons learned, tips that I've found that have helped me to accelerate my channel's growth, I'll openly share all of that and discuss. And that would actually be for an upcoming live show. That would be if you and or others wanted to tune in to an upcoming live show, it would be be cool. Just have a live show chatting about YouTube growth strategy. I hate to use the word marketing because if you think of marketing, you think of people that are just the really fast talkers, just the people that would do anything to sell you a worthless piece of sand. That's what I think of when I think of marketing. So I don't really like to use the word marketing. The way that I like to discuss channel, in this case YouTube channel growth, I don't look at it from a marketing perspective. I look at it from a lessons learned perspective, from an if this then that perspective. So it's like, this is what I learned because I did this. Now if I did this, then that likely occurred. No, if you do this, then that'll likely occur. That sort of thing. So I don't like to discuss it from a marketing perspective because I don't like marketing types. I really, I never have. I mean, I don't like, and granted, on this channel, some of my comments may seem kind of salesy, and I don't mean it to seem salesy. I say it because, I am an independent YouTube channel. So if you're watching my drone videos and heck, you like the channel, you like the drones, I mean, heck, check out my website, man. If you're buying a drone and or accessories, check it out because, that helps to support my channel and it doesn't cost you any more, if you choose to do that. So, I realize that sometimes, I may come across, a little salesy when I say that, but I've got to say that because if you don't know that, hey, I run a website where you can buy drones, epicdroneshow.com or IrixGuy.com, also camera equipment and a whole lot more. If you don't know it, you're probably not going to click there. So that's, always throw that out there so people are aware. Just like the super chat for live shows, a lot of people don't know that you can click the super chat icon and support a YouTube channel. Also Patreon, patreon.com/IrixGuy. So yeah, I think that would be a cool topic for an upcoming live show that wouldn't just benefit us, but could benefit any YouTuber, large, small, whatever. And and something that once the live show concludes, it's something that would hopefully continue to provide value for everyone that's searching for it. Relevant and honest. That's the key word, honest information. So that's the thing. Daytona says that is one fine bottle of rum. I've seen that for around $80, 80 euros in London merchants. Yeah, and I forget how much it was in Bermuda. And again, I think, what was that, 2014 or 2015 when I was in Bermuda last. I've had this bottle for many years. It was expensive. And, I like to haggle. You know how I am. I like to get the best price I can for stuff. And I think I got, I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it was expensive. I mean, I remember, when I was flying out of there, I said, I just want to get, what's your best tier of Goslings that you sell, and it was the Family Reserve, and it comes in this presentation box. I mean, they dress it up to make it even look fancier than it is, but I'm sure it'll be a good way to celebrate 100 million video views. And then Daytona says it was beautiful, especially the Pitons, which is a World Heritage Site. If you like UNESCO sites, and I would definitely check out that if I make it over to St. Lucia. But if you make it over to St. Kitts, check out Brimstone Hill Fortress. It's a super cool place. You can check out my videos on my channel, by the way. But pounds. Daytona says pounds, so that's about $100. So that's about $100 bottle of rum. So UNESCO site in St. Kitts is Brimstone Hill Fortress, and basically you go up this mountain, and when you get up there on top of the fort, man, it's an incredible view. You can see everywhere. I would highly recommend that if you're into history. And this was funny, when I was there, it was kind of the earlier days of drones, and I had my drone, and That was the only place I was told, hey man, you can't fly your drone here. I said, okay, I respect you. You know, I wasn't gonna be a jerk, you know, and but that would have been a really good drone video if I'd been able to capture that. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it in a nutshell, guys. I mean we've got, you know, I've shared the to-do list with y'all. I've got a lot of videos coming, and you know I'm always looking for your feedback. Again, if you're interested in being a live guest on an upcoming show, I mean you see how this show is. It's very casual. I mean we talk about whatever, but if you think you would enjoy it and would want to tune in, you know, face on video with a microphone, I mean that's cool. I mean you don't have to have a green screen or anything. Just a, you know, whatever. You could even use a smartphone and, you know, dial in from that and do whatever. I mean, you know, that's where I want to go. That's the next direction for these live streams, just to really add some additional personalities to the live streams and just make them more interactive. This live stream, for example, we've been going for an hour and 12 minutes approximately. So this is, you know, I did this one earlier intentionally because I want to get out and fly the drone and that sort of stuff when it's a little bit cooler out. It's super hot today. So with that being said, again, I appreciate everyone's attendance and your feedback. And, you know, everything is... oh, I missed a comment. It says, haters get busy. And it says, okay, boomer. Okay. Yeah, I missed that comment. Let me just scroll through and make sure I didn't miss any more. It doesn't look like I did. Interesting, okay. So there we go. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this live show, but keep in touch. Again, message me, facebook.com/IrixGuy if you'd like to be a guest on an upcoming show, or if you have any video topic suggestions for upcoming videos. And also remind everyone, check out patreon.com/IrixGuy if you choose to pledge a small amount to support the channel. That's a great way to do it. Super convenient. And what I want to start doing once I get Patreon supporters, I want to start offering some special content through Patreon as well. I think that would be really cool, and you know that would probably better incentivize people choosing to support the channel on patreon.com/IrixGuy. So with that being said, thanks everyone for your time and you know, helping to make these live shows a success. I want to do as many as I can. I'm going to experiment with different times of the evening. This has been an interesting time, but you know I like the later shows too. So going to go out, going to get some drone videos, going to burn some fat because I'm getting fat because of this quarantine. And y'all stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.